Morning, and welcome to this edition of HKTV News. I'm Ross Meglin.
And I'm Amory Lepard. In this edition, we'll be sharing student-created and edited news stories from the broadcast journalism class at Haddam-Killingworth High School.
The VidDig Honor students have returned from Anaheim, California, where they competed in an annual STN competition. Prior to leaving, Anne-Marie Lepard gathered information about the preparation process for STN.
For the last 5 years, Haddam-Killingworth High School has sent a group of communication students to a national film competition. This year, Mr. Lewis, media educator, will be taking 20 digital storytellers to Anaheim, California to compete in the National Student Televised Network competition, better known as STN.
It's a large national organization that brings young filmmakers in high school together for a very wide variety of different video production competitions, from documentaries to short films to commercials to silent films. There's a strong journalistic component to it now, where they have students competing and producing news stories and practicing being an anchor, and it's a really neat organization. And in addition to, while the students are competing in competitions, they bring together some of the best people in the industry, knowledgeable people in the industry about filmmaking, directing, lighting, drone use, anything you can think of that's being used in video production. And they hold 2-hour-long workshops that the students can attend. So when they're not in a competition, they actually attend these workshops and gain a whole bunch of knowledge from industry professionals, which is really amazing.
Student intern Anna Hale is on her way to becoming a professional broadcast journalist thanks to the knowledge she has gained from STN competitions.
I think the whole year we try to refine our video skills, but it definitely, as we get past the holiday show and we move into like February and March, we have weekly meetings where we get together with everyone that's going and we talk scripts, who's going to play what role in productions, and just overall how to make our videos tip-top shape. My favorite parts are definitely meeting new people from around the country, making new friends, practicing production techniques, and also exploring a new part of the country. I think that this year's STN trip, there'll definitely be more competition. I think that there'll be a lot of interesting places to shoot, seeing as we're going to be in California, and a whole different experience.
STN is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that provides students with the expertise necessary to pursue careers in communications. We wish the Video Digital Honors Communication students best of luck on their trip to Anaheim, California. With videographer Jessica Santoro, I am Amory Lepard reporting for HKTV News.
STN has made an impact on the communication students by advancing their careers and becoming professional storytellers.
Next up, Haddam-Killingworth students are currently working on the musical production of Peter Pan. Under the direction of Mrs. Webster, students are working hard to perform this production in May. Juliet Capernegro has more with this story.
Peter Pan is a play that brings excitement and joy to the community of Haddam-Killingworth High School once again. Directed by Miss Webster, the play takes place on May 5th and 6th and stars junior Allegra Rosa as Peter Pan.
What makes me enjoy acting is the fact that I have the opportunity to play a bunch of different characters, and every time I'm in a new musical, I always have the opportunity to challenge myself, and I have a good time, being something different than I normally am, because I can learn about myself as an actress, and I can just grow upon the skills that I already have. So every time, I get to play a different role or get to play a different type of character, it's like a great opportunity to do that.
With the help of Miss Webster, Allegra continues to improve her talent. Being a young actress with a promising future, it takes commitment and lots of responsibility to bring your character to life.
Well, I remember my days as a high school actress and crew member, and so I always try to put myself in their position. I, especially over the past maybe 5 or so years, have tried to shift and make it a very student-centered production. So we love to have students as leaders as much as possible.
Abby Manley steps up as a leader to improve the play as much as possible and has been acting for 6 years. Miss Webster works with her and many other leaders to incorporate lots of special effects into Peter Pan.
It's just magical, I guess, and that's the whole theme of the play, like magic and fun.
The crew works endlessly, putting together the most realistic set as possible, with lots of time put into it, working together as a family to bring the play to life for the audience.
I like to try to do a different style every year. This year I knew that we had a lot of crew who had been with us, who were really talented and could make a really beautiful Neverland set. And so I really wanted to make sure that they had an opportunity to work on a show like that.
At Haddam Killingworth High School, the arts are important to the school and many others, such as Miss Webster, director of theater productions and chorus teacher during the day. The cast, as well as herself, to help bring the fantasy of Peter Pan to life and excitement to the audience of all ages throughout the community. With videographer Damaris Williams, I'm Juliet Caponegro reporting for HKTV News.
It's great to see students working in a professional atmosphere. With the school year coming to a close, seniors' attitudes are beginning to change. Ross Meglin filed this story.
High school comes with its emotional ups and downs, but none stronger perhaps than in the second half of senior year. Mr. Hansen, a senior teacher, believes that the mentality of the second semester is infectious.
Senioritis, I actually prefer to call it the itis, is a horrible, horrible sickness which is extremely contagious and infects all seniors, even the high flyers.
Tyler Pop, a senior at Haddam Killingworth, knows the importance of keeping up with the second semester.
I have to keep the grades up. I know that I've gotten to college already, but I feel like it's very important to maintain the grades, mostly because colleges still want to see updates, and I feel that if one were to slack, you're risking losing merit money that you might have gained, and I feel with all the hard work over the last 3 years that you've earned that scholarship academically, just a slacking of a few months that could play a big role in your next few years in college.
Being able to remember the itis so vividly, Mr. Hansen knows what keeps his seniors motivated.
When the itis got me senior year, it definitely knocked me down, but I remembered the key things, and colleges are going to look at your half-year grades, and they can rescind acceptance letters. That sort of gets people motivated, we'll say, gets our seniors motivated. And then also, when you're taking an AP class, you really want to keep working, because if you do well on the AP exam, you won't have to take that class next year in college.
As challenging as it is to focus during senior year, it's clear that the final semester has a significant importance. With videographer Jackson Romina, I'm Ross Meglin, reporting for HKTV News. With a few months left to go, seniors have to remember to stay focused. In addition to the spring musical, Haddam Killingworth students can take part in one-act plays that are directed by seniors in the drama department. Hattie Hall caught up with one of the directors, Bella Dioctavio.
Haddam Killingworth High School seniors involved in the drama department are presented with a unique opportunity to direct a one-act play. Four-year member Bella Dioctavio took on this task.
It's benefited me because it's taught me a lot about how much work goes into doing a play. If I'm never going to think a mean thought in my head ever again with any director, because it's so stressful, and I understand what they're going through now. So I think that's cool to have that other point of view.
Although the students do the majority of the work, the production would not be possible without Marcy Webster, the drama teacher at HKHS.
And this year we had 2 students. I believe last year we had 3. Also in previous years we've actually had students write their own play, and some years we've even taken those plays to drama competitions. So it's a really outstanding way for kids to use whatever talents they have in a real world experience, using all that they know, and also using their peers to produce something that's special, that our community and the school will enjoy, and that gives them a lot of information about themselves as students and as adults for the future.
My favorite part about this would probably be getting to create something that is your own thing and that you did, is just a really cool feeling, especially when you see it like happening in front of you and you're like, I did that. It's a nice feeling.
I sure hope so.
Students committed countless hours of their time and effort to make this production a success. With videographer Anna Hale, I'm Hattie Hall reporting for HKTV News.
Just kidding, film it and then show it at their will.
The one-act plays truly offer students a look into future theater careers. Office 365, a program which allows students to edit documents and store their schoolwork online, is becoming widely used at HKHS. Owen Topman spoke to students and teachers to see how they are benefiting from this new program.
With technology becoming more and more used in schools, HKHS provides their students with the opportunity to access and store all their work online, allowing for seamless access from any device.
Mrs. Coase, media specialist at HKHS, has been teaching students how to use Office 365.
I'd say the benefits of using Office 365 are things like students can access their files and documents from home, school, or anywhere else that they have internet access. They can share their files and documents with teachers and with other students. 365, as opposed to Google and Google Drive, which lots of students have been using in the past, is that Microsoft just uses Microsoft products. Word, PowerPoint, and Excel are three of the programs our students use a lot, and those are all incorporated in 365.
With students using Office 365, we asked Nick Von Felt if he found it useful.
I first learned about Office 365 when I got a tutorial in English class for it, which was actually pretty interesting. I got to learn all the features about it. Office 365 is pretty cool because you can work on it at home and at school at the same time, and you can work on it with other people as well. You just enter in your school ID and then it logs in automatically for you.
Since technology is becoming more common in schools, Office 365 provides students with an easy way to store and access their files anywhere. It also allows teachers to easily incorporate technology into their lessons. With videographer Dylan Champagne, I'm Owen Topman reporting for HKTV News.
Microsoft 365 has innovated the way that students and teachers are able to complete and share work. Haddam Killingworth High School's National Honor Society likes to lighten the mood on Friday with music playing during passing time. Reporter Tyler Retberg catches up on the beat and how it affects students.
A study performed in 2013 by the Journal of Positive Psychology found that listening to upbeat music could improve the moods of people and boost their happiness in just 2 weeks. Every Friday, in place of a bell, music is played over the loudspeakers by the National Honor Society. Miss Alessandra, the head of National Honor Society, has been playing music for students since after midterms of 2013. Music didn't start with just her, but the students who came up with the idea.
Students in National Honor Society in class of 2013 came up with the idea, specifically Sam Parker. His mom is a chemistry teacher at Rocky Hill High School, and they had played music in the halls on Fridays and gave us the inspiration. And we began by putting flyers around the building with musical notes and spelling out the word soon using musical notes, and people started wondering what those flyers were about. And then later that week on Friday, we started playing songs, and everybody really seemed to like it.
The National Honor Society works very hard to prepare the Friday music. Emma Ratzlaff, a member of NHS, gives us an inside look at the process of picking the music.
It depends on the theme, how long it takes us to pick out songs. So it can take us anywhere from like half an hour to an hour and a half or so. Sometimes we try and spread it out during the week. Other times we just do it all the night before. So it kind of just depends on the theme. So normally what we do is we choose a theme for the day, and then we choose a bunch of songs that we think could fit the theme, and then we go through and screen all the lyrics to make sure there's no references to drugs, sex, or alcohol, and no profanity in the songs.
Many students at HK are very appreciative of the Friday music.
Yeah, I like the Friday music. You know, it helps me take the edge off the day. You know, hard, long week, get music in between the classes is good.
I like the variety of the music. It's nice to, like, when class ends, you never know what's going to play. Nice to hear something new.
I think the Friday music is pretty nice. You know, it's nice to be reminded every 45 minutes that it's Friday. Kind of makes my day a little better.
I am certain that the music on Fridays positively affects kids. There's more levity and happiness in the hallways, it seems, and not just the students, but also the teachers as well. I think it has a universally positive effect.
The members of the National Honor Society put in lots of hard work and time to prepare a new music theme every Friday for the students and staff to enjoy. With videographer Colin Ellsworth, I'm Tyler Redberg reporting for HKTV News.
I don't know about you, Ross, but I enjoy the music on Friday.
It definitely makes the school days a little bit more bearable.
Math is a difficult subject for many students, and sometimes they need an extra boost. Mr. Del Vecchio is able to provide this assistance to students at Haddam Killingworth High School. Reporter Kristen Danzero has more with the story.
1, 2.
Yes, sir. So 1/3 of 6x.
Mr. Del Vecchio, a volunteer math tutor at HK, enjoys the help he can give students who struggle in any type of mathematics.
And what I emphasize with the students is that it's important to know how to calculate things, but it's more important to understand what those calculations mean and how you can use them in the real world in order to solve problems. The people that I work with here, I always ask, what gives you stomach acid at night? What's really causing difficulties? And let's start working with those. And I do the problem first, or a problem first, and then guide a student through working the problem themselves. And we talk all the time.
Miss Bearline, a guidance counselor at HK, has gotten to view the difference Mr. Del Vecchio has made on students who work with him. She sees that the one-on-one work allows students to have more opportunities to ask questions.
So on this side of the equation, you just
He's somebody who kind of naturally wants to work with students and wants to help them. The fact that he is kind of giving his time to us, it's something that he wants to do, and he wants to make it enjoyable for himself and for the students.
Volunteer tutoring has allowed Mr. Del Vecchio to pass on knowledge at many different levels.
75 years old, and it took me a long time to learn what I learned, and I don't want to give the knowledge up yet, so I spend a lot of time imparting the knowledge to other people. I do volunteer here. I also teach classes at the Coast Guard Academy, and I also teach at UConn.
Thanks to Mr. Del Vecchio, HK Math students have excelled in their studies compared to previous struggles. With videographer Trey Callender, I'm Kristen Dancer reporting for HKTV News.
Another one thing to do there. So what's the next thing you want to do?
Now it would be combining like
Now you want to combine like terms.
We are very lucky to have a man like Mr. Del Vecchio on our side. In the Haddam Killingworth High School's auto shop, one student's creation can be seen on and off the road. Reporter Aidan Doyle caught up with student mechanic Dylan Johansson.
A senior at Haddam Killingworth and mechanic in our own auto shop, Dylan Johansson stands apart from the rest by creating his own truck blazer. Being a part of auto, Dylan has worked with many teachers. Mr. Tadzia, tech ed and auto teacher, has been lending his assistance throughout the way, and he gladly explains Dylan's process.
Dylan Johansson bought an early 80s K5 Chevy Blazer a couple years ago, and it was pretty rotted out. And so what he chose to do eventually, after making a lot of repairs on it, he chose to take the body off of the Blazer and put a truck cab on the Blazer, so he rightly named it a Trazer.
Like the wheelbase is just as short, but it's got a truck bed, so that now I have like a super short pickup truck.
He had to make a decision about what to do for the back, behind the cab, so some sort of a bed, whether it was a flatbed, truck bed, or what he was going to do. So he ended up buying this old truck bed, but of course it was too long because it came off of a normal pickup truck. So he cut out, I think, 11 inches. So made a cut right along here.
Where I then had to sand it down with a grinder and make it so it's even and it lines up good. And so basically after that's all good and lined up, I had to take the welder, and I took the welder and welded a bead across the whole bottom half, both down the sides, and had to sand all that down, do some more welds, and it's coming along pretty good.
Dylan has been working for months on this project. It's incredible to see it all come together. His level of creativity is outstanding compared to other students.
Come up with those ideas himself has been pretty cool. It's definitely a higher level than most of the kids are capable of in the shop, and he's doing it really well.
With videographer Julia Kostic, I'm Aidan Doyle reporting for HKTV News.
Students have been provided the education to feel comfortable in making their own personal projects within the classroom. Adam Killingworth High School has changed tremendously over the past 40 years. A constant has been baseball coach Mark Brooks, who recently added to his legendary career with a coaching nomination. Ross Meglin dug deeper into the story.
This past winter, longtime baseball coach at Adam Killingworth High School, Mark Brooks, was nominated for being a top coach in the nation. The award has many variables of consideration, which is looked at closely by the National Coaching Association.
It's given to coaches that, the determining factors are the number of years that you've served, service to the high school, service to local baseball organizations, number of victories, sportsmanship awards, that kind of stuff. So, I've been at it for a long time, and it's one of the things that comes with, being at a job for a long time.
Ms. Flint, the athletic director at Adam Killingworth, believes that Coach Brooks is well deserving of this nomination.
He's been our one and only baseball coach here. It's an absolute pleasure to work with him. He's an amazing coach, amazing person. He gives back to the kids, the community, the school. He always puts them first. So, it's just a great honor. I'm so happy that I get to be here when he's nominated again, and hopefully gets to take the win this year.
This isn't the first time around the block for Coach Brooks. After nominations in 2004, 2010, and now 2017, he knows not to take his coaching hat off while attending these conventions.
The conventions are held each year in a different place. So in 2004, I went to Las Vegas and had a good time. A lot of my family was there, and I got to meet coaches from all over the country, and I felt like it was a really good experience. So whenever you get a nomination like this, it's nice to be able to hear and see how other coaches, or what problems other coaches have in different parts of the country.
Coach Brooks has never finished in first place with this nomination, although luck may be on his side this time around.
Usually, the kind of funny thing is the winner is usually the one coach that actually doesn't get to attend that year. That's historically how it's gone. And Coach Brooks is expecting some grandchildren, so he won't actually be able to attend this year. So maybe that luck will be in his favor.
Coach Mark Brooks created a legacy that has been unparalleled and will continue to add to his remarkable career this season. With videographer Michael Mercier, I'm Ross Meglin reporting for HKTV News. We all hope Coach Brooks can win his first baseball state championship this season. Mitch Halligan, a senior on the HK boys basketball team, captured the hearts of everyone in the gym while playing his last home game.
Recently, the Adam Killingworth boys basketball seniors suited up to play their last home game. However, for one senior, this night meant much more.
For the start of senior night, it was just amazing just because I didn't know how I would make the shot, and I did.
Mitchell lays it in and gets the first basket of the night.
Coach Azadorian believes that Mitchell brings something special to the team.
Mitch is he's a figure to our program. He, again, like I said, he's over the past 4 years, guys really look to him. He's that rah-rah guy. Guys really rally around Mitch. He's just brings so much. He brings inspiration, brings energy for us. When guys are down, there goes Mitch diving on the floor. So he just really brings a lot of hustle. When we're trying to get the team going and with energy and stuff, there's Mitch again diving on the floor, really giving it his all.
Senior captain Luke Bauer values Mitchell's positive impact on the team.
Mitch shows up to practice every day, working hard, and he's fun to be around. He doesn't fool around. He's a good player, good teammate, and he definitely has a positive impact on our team, and we love him.
Fans, teammates, and coaches were so proud of Mitch's performance.
Real proud of Mitch. You know, it's not a surprise. You know, again, like I said, Mitch really gives it 110% every time he steps out on the floor, and you know, he really deserved that. That was all him, as far as you know, what he did out in that floor.
Mitchell drives, and he lays it in. 89-65.
And he's shown that throughout the whole year, what he can do and how hard he works, and his hard work really paid off for him on that senior night by his performance.
I think it was a great moment, not only for Mitch, but for like the whole team, because he worked so hard in practice, and we really wanted him to get a couple points, and he really performed well under pressure, so we were all happy for him.
For Mitch Halligan, it was the game of his life.
Three-pointer, it was my first ever. I mean, high school, so it was a great moment for me.
Mitchell for three. He bangs it in! Mitchell Halligan for three. 92-68. Mitchell Halligan, as time expires.
Mitchell Halligan has the first and last points of the game.
That is the highlight of his season.
Topping it off with a
arguably,
final second three-pointer.
It means a lot to me. It makes me more mature and more of a leader, I guess I could say. And it's just amazing. It's my first time being on a varsity sport.
Mitchell Halligan on a senior night, just seconds before the buzzer goes off.
Mitch Halligan's presence on the team will surely be missed next season.
Thank you for watching this edition of HK News.
If you have a story, please email us at hktv@rsd17.org.
For HKTV, I'm Ross Meglin.
And I'm Anne-Marie Lepard.
Stay classy, HK.